Okay. I should be streaming. Let me check. My OBS got a little messed up. Am I streaming? Just now. Okay. Can you hear me though? That is the question. Okay, I have no idea. Alright.
Check.
Oh. Okay. My OBS got a little messed up. Okay. Sweet. Alright. Hello. Um, so here's what this stream is about. I, uh, I'm gonna do a live recording of my podcast. I'm just gonna record the podcast as normal. And then, yeah, I'm gonna see how this goes. And if I like how this goes, then I'll record more episodes live. And, yeah, whatever. So, this episode is going to be released as the first episode next year. And it is about the coffee results of the one of my previous episodes, coffee and web development. So, I'm gonna jump right into it, and I will explain what exactly this episode is about. When I am recording. Okay, so let me get set up on all my recording stuff. I use Audacity, and then I keep track of my notes on Simplenote. I won't be able to answer questions. Actually, hold on. Let me see. So I was gonna record my screen as well, but I don't know. Like I said, my OBS got messed up, and so it wouldn't let me record my, what do you call it? My screen. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just okay. Okay, I remember what I'm gonna do. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Building an Indie Business podcast with Supreme Rum. Let me just delete that first. Okay, I'm gonna restart that because I made noise that I took my headphones off and it made noise, and I think it caught it on the recording. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Building an Indie Business podcast with Supreme Ramhan. I'm your host, Alex. Happy 2020, everyone. It's a new year. New episodes for the podcast. All right. So this week I will be discussing my results of the coffee and web development episode. So I'm going to explain the experiment because I'm told that I have new listeners and they need to be caught up on the experiment and the origins of the experiment. I'm going to go over the results as well. Okay. First, I have two announcements. The first announcement is that I am live streaming this episode on Twitch before the release of this episode. And if I like how it goes, I'm going to be doing that for every episode. So you get an early sneak peek of future episodes. The second announcement is that I will be live streaming the launch of Open Podcast. So during the live stream, I'm going to maybe add a new feature, and I'm going to actually like launch the last iteration of Open Podcast for version 2. Version 1 was the Telegram chat, so version 2 is my own website. Okay, so let's get into it then. So what this experiment is that I was having a conversation with Stephanie Holbert, I don't know, the beginning of 2019, and she was saying how she showed her Twitter analytics, and it showed that dogs were very popular with her audience, and that they're only there for dog pictures. And so someone commented, and he was like, "Oh, what good is this information?" And I said that you can use this information to cater your content towards dogs to get more people to like it. So he worked at DigitalOcean, and what I said, he could make a tutorial and make it about dogs. So like, this is how you use DigitalOcean to make to allow more dog pictures to be stored on DigitalOcean. And I said this as a joke, but I wanted to test that out. And so the dogs and web development episode is probably one of my, no, it definitely is one of my more popular episodes. So I had the thought to do that because a lot of people on Twitter and on Telegram say that they will click on anything about dogs. So I wanted to test that out to see if doing a podcast episode about dogs and making it look like a real episode would get more clicks. And right now, that is the dogs and web development episode is probably one of my top 3 episodes. So a lot of people talk about coffee, and so I decided to do the same exact thing that I did with dogs with coffee. And here are the results. I'm going to be comparing the coffee episode and the dogs episode as well. So the first thing I do for a podcast episode is I post the episode on Hacker News. So the coffee episode got 7 clicks or listens or downloads, whatever you want to call it. And this is compared to 13 clicks, downloads, whatever, for the dogs episode. So on Hacker News, dogs are more popular than coffee. Okay. So on Indie Hackers, I also post my episodes there. The coffee episode got 3 downloads, and the dogs episode only got 1. So coffee is more popular on Indie Hackers. I also posted the episode on Barnacles. I had 65 downloads before I posted the coffee episode on Barnacles, and after I had 82 downloads. So that means I had 17 downloads from Barnacles, and that is versus the dogs episode that had 18 downloads. So it's very close there. It's basically a toss-up on Barnacles. I also posted the coffee episode on Podhunt, and that only got 1 download, and I don't have the results for the dogs episode on Podhunt. So in total, the coffee episode has 84 listens as of December 9th, and I posted the episode, I have to check my phone, on, let's see, October 14th. So that means October, November, December, 3 months. It has 84 downloads versus the the dogs and web development episode, which has been out for a while now. Let me just check that. It was posted on dogs and web development April 29th, so the end of April. So that's what, for 8 months almost, and it has 90 downloads. So I would say that given that the coffee results, or the coffee episode, has less downloads, 6 less in only 3 months, I would say that coffee is more popular than dogs. Yeah, so, and I think this is because, like, people, like, they make shirts that are like, I turn coffee into code and things like that. I don't really see that about dogs, so it's more relatable, I guess, in a way. I still have to do a written version of both of them. I have like 90% of a written version of dogs and web development, like explaining the experiment and going through the results. And I have to do that. I have to finish that article, post it everywhere as well, compare the results of the dogs and web development episode and the written version, and then I have to do that for coffee, and that'll tell you which type of content is more popular with people. You know, audio dogs compared to audio coffee, and written dogs compared to written coffee. Okay. That is what I have for now. I was just trying to keep it really light for the first episode back of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this episode and got some value out of it. You can always tweet me at SupremeRumHam. Email me, srhpodcast@gmail.com. Come join me and everyone else in the open podcast community on Telegram. There will be a link to the community in the show notes. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a nice day. Bye. Okay, where are you? So, yeah, that was the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it. So I'm laughing because someone said, please sing Chocolate Rain. And there's this guy on YouTube. He sung a song called Chocolate Rain. And like in middle school, so over 10 years ago, someone actually, like, in middle school, it was a joke that I looked like him, and they always try to get me to sing that song. So I thought that was really funny. Okay. Yeah. So I think this went pretty well. I would like you to see my notes. I think that would make it more interesting, just to see what I'm thinking and how I expand on that. So I have to figure out how to use OBS and fix that error. I really have to get it ready for the launch, which I'm planning to do in by the end of February. Yeah, I think this went pretty well. Sorry I didn't get to answer your questions or acknowledge them. I didn't have this window open when I was recording. I had a lot of fun with this, so I'll be doing it for other episodes. Have a nice day. Bye.